Hello lovely people, thank you for joining me. Today we are going to start a very new Elden Ring run. My aim for this is basically no guides, so no Elden Ring wiki, which I have heavily relied on in the past. Going to use Ash summons but not Mimic, which again I've heavily relied on, and essentially try and do a build that I've not done before. I was looking at Faith, but I do change my mind throughout the game, so we'll just see what we fancy doing, and it's me just going through the game, covering as much as I can of what I can remember. My memory is not very good, so it should be interesting, and obviously Elden Ring is just an amazing game, so I figured why not do it as a series. So let's get on with it. I'll do a new game. I'm just going to see what might be suitable for me. I don't think I'm going to do strength. It'll probably be something with faith, maybe dex, but as I said, I change all the time, so the only thing it won't be is magic, because I tend to, in these games, use melee and up close and personal sort of fighting, which means that for magic, I'm not very good at it. So let's have a look at these attributes. I won't spend too long building my character. I just want to see where faith comes in. If I can start off with a higher faith stat, that would be good, which looks like a prophet is fairly decent. Their vigor is slightly less, their mind is better, their endurance is rubbish. Okay, but they might be something good to start with. I'm not sure what weapon that is. Or we can go sort of more all-round build. So there's the Confessor, which looks quite good. Faith is 14. Level, vigor and mind, decent. Endurance is decent. Strength is decent. So that might be quite good. I am not pro for a wretch. These are all quite low faith. I know I'm concentrating on faith, but there is a particular... I would quite like to basically use the Dragon Hand from Godric the Grafted, which actually runs off faith. At first I thought it was arcane for some reason, but it is definitely faith. I think I'm going to go for the Confessor. I don't think I've ever used a Confessor before. Type B. And name, we are just going to go Pixel Pip. Nice and boring. Type B, yes, young. We'll just go mature. Keepsake. I'm just going to go for a golden seed. There we go. I like that. We're not going to see any of this anyway. I think we're done. Start game with this character, yes. So I'm just going to do a refresh. Go through the little starting bit to get my bearings.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all,
So
claimed
cool.
the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose.
Best.
A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome dung-eater, and Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing.
So good.
And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
That's why we're here. Amazing. I know you can skip that if you want to not watch the intro, but I just had to watch it again. I love it. I tried to read up and just understand the lore. It's so extensive. I know you can do lore runs as well, which look very interesting. And I think it's good if you want to cover a lot of the side quests and stories, because just doing it sort of blind, you're never going to cover everything. You'll always miss something. Right, so I don't really use parry or shields, but that's fine. What did I get? Oh, with the equipment menu, you can equip ornaments, arrows, bolts, armor, talismans, and items. You can equip up to 3 ornaments, each to your left and your right hands. The actions each ornament perform will vary based on which hand is wielding it. Okay, so that's a finger seal, I think, for incantations, shield, and a broadsword. Okay, that's fine. Let's just go and die to this boss. I don't think you have anything to find here before then. Oh, this thing is savage to begin with. Scared me so much when I did my first playthrough. Oh! You can tell I don't usually use the shield. Got to try and remember how delayed your actions are when you play this. Oh yeah, and I don't have any heal. Oh my days. 1 hit, 3. Oh, it's just no point. Oh well. I got 1 hit. I don't claim to be good at this, by the way, but I just enjoy it so much. Now, I wanted to do a series of it. I haven't played any of the other From Software games. Pretty new to it, but I have watched YouTube streaming, Bloodborne and Dark Souls. So I do love the games. I'm just not that skilled in playing them. However, it doesn't mean that I won't try, especially now with Elden Ring coming out. I do love open world games. So it was perfect for me, but it does tempt me to try the other games as well. I mean, why not? There's Torrent. Our trusty steed.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on her side. We found her here after all. One of her kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring.
Me.
Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
So here we go. We can start the sort of guided part of the game. It's my tears. Jump down the hole ahead and you'll find the Cave of Knowledge. There you can learn more about game controls, basic actions, as well as other tips that may be helpful during your adventures in the lands between. Excellent. So what does this dude say? Brave Tarnish, take the plunge of learning and remembrance. Recall the arts of war and your warrior's blood. Oops. Took a little bit of damage there. Use item. Oh, I see. I guess you're meant to. Okay. Roll. That's shield. Parry. Resting at Site of Grace will restore your HP, FP, and cleanse your status ailments. However, most of the enemies you've defeated will be revived. You can find Sites of Grace by going where the light converges. These explanations are required in form of info items and can be accessed from the inventory at any time. Cool. Let's carry on. Yep, two-handed. I mean, I suppose I could try two-handed, be more damage. You can memorize sorceries and incantations at Sites of Grace. You must have a staff equipped to cast sorceries or sacred seal, which is what we have, equipped to cast incantations. Casting sorceries and incantations consumes FP. I think the only thing I would do is incantations if I want to, but not casting spells this time round. Use an ornament in your left hand or both hands to guard against incoming attacks. Guarding is especially effective when done with a shield. Guarding consumes stamina. If your stamina runs out, your stance will be broken. Yeah. So this is with two-handed. See, ooh, it didn't even contact me anyway. Let's try again. You can avoid enemy attacks with a dodge, roll, or backstep. Both of these actions consume stamina. Okay. Simple enough. Nowhere near me. Let's just quickly come through here. It was only just for a refresher. I'm sure loads of people have seen this start area, but if you haven't, it's also good for you. In every corner of the lands between, you will find fruits and flowers, mushrooms and butterflies, and various other useful materials. These materials can be used for an item crafting. Yeah. So, guy with a shield. Each hand can be equipped with up to 3 ornaments, allowing you to toggle between them. That's fine, we already read something similar to that. Let's see if he's going to hit me. No. Just, come on. There is a guard counter as well, which I need to try and remember. Okay. Noisy. Nice. It's just a message yet. Okay. Oh, I meant to dodge that. Oh. Ornaments have special abilities called skills. Skills are highly varied and range from powerful attacks to temporary effects. Using skills consumes FP. LT. Square off is this. Okay. Cool. Crouching can make it harder for enemies to discover you, especially effective in tall grass. Yep, that's fine. Trying to remember how we crouch. That's backstep. That's drinking. Oh, okay. Pushing down on the stick. Cool. Let's try it again. Nearby back turn. Okay, see if we can do this. Yeah. It's probably the only time I'll get to do that. Alrighty. Nearly there. Stance breaking. Some attacks can break an enemy's stance, giving you a chance to perform a critical hit. Charge attacks and jump attacks make it particularly easy to break an enemy's stance. I can't read today. I usually like weapons that have a little bit more range. The short swords I'm not quite used to. Upon dying, you will be revived at the last site of grace that you visited. However, there is a stake of Marika nearby. Where you died, you can choose to be revived there instead. Yeah. And here's our first mini boss. Soldier of Godric. Yes, guard counters, which is what we've done before. Whoa, I got too greedy. Too greedy. I need to stop doing that. Fun and games. And here we are. Back to the beginning. Strength. Okay, let's crack on. I think today's mainly going to be try and get Torrent, do a bit of exploring. As I said, with the build, I just have it in my head that I want to get and use the dragon head and just upgrade it. The very first run I did actually have that, but I didn't know what I was doing really and didn't upgrade it or anything, and then got bored and moved on. And I feel like I want to revisit, and I haven't actually really done faith builds at all really, so it's something new, something for me to learn. So that's good. We've got another flask. Use tarnished felled finger to write a gold summon sign for co-op. Okay. Good, good. Up we go. And there's that tree sentinel, which I mean, I can try it, but there's no way I'm going to be good enough for beating it at the moment. But we can always try. We're going to be near a Grace anyway. And there we are, Limgrave. We made it. Such an amazing game. I can't believe it's been out for over a year already. And new DLC coming, so hopefully we'll finish this before the DLC comes out. And then try the DLC. I'm very excited for that. Grace exists to guide the tarnished and lead them along the proper path. Even now, some sites of grace retain that power. Their golden rays will guide you along your way. Use your map to check your current position as well as the terrain and surrounding structures. You can update your map with new information by finding map fragments at steels along the road. You can also use the map to freely place beacons of light to serve as a landmark as you explore, which is very helpful. Talk to Var.
Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the Round Table Hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
Many, many times.
Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless. Me. Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, a path that a tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you
Does it?
to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave.
Charming.
Grace's guidance will reveal the path forward, most certainly, to Castle Stormvale, over on the cliff, the home of the decrepit demigod, Godric the Drafted.
Decrepit.
It's time you set off, I should think, to Castle Stormvale on the cliff, where Grace would guide you, if you seek the Elden Ring, maidenless as you are. It's
Is that
time
it?
you set off to Castle Storm if you seek...
Yeah. Cool. Right, let's just have a search around here before we die many, many times. Firstly, with the tree sentinel. I'll try it a couple of times, but I just know my fate already. Also want to just remove this. I'm just not going to use either of these at the moment. Make sure I'm two-handed. Excellent. It's always good to just search around, just in case. I'm missing anything, especially this early in the game. Any types of runes is very helpful, but doesn't look like... Oh, yeah, look, there we go. It's a shiny skull, which will have a rune in it. Very handy. I think that's about it. Did I just want to check that I touched the grace. I think I did, because it's showing a pathway, but I'm just going to rest and double check that I've got my flasks. Okay, I'll just collect this. Summoning pools. In each area you may find effigies of martyrs. These effigies are summoning pools. You'll find it easy to summon other players at these locations, as co-op and hostile summoning signs created with small effigies gather at summoning pools. So I used summoning a lot when I did my very first playthrough, because I just didn't know what I was doing. Never played this type of game before. It's far more difficult than most games I've played. And that was really handy, just to learn, really, just playing to learn. But I don't think I'm going to be doing that, even for Millennia this time round. I'm just going to have to be patient and stick to it. Wow. He just hooked me up. Oof. Get out. Too greedy already. We're in for a good time. I'm going to try it again, but I will come back to him. Yes. Sorry, I shouldn't have skipped that, but it just states about when you die, you lose your runes, but you can go and pick them up. I'm pretty sure there's a game from software where when you drop the runes, or what they are called, I think it's Bloodborne, and you lose your souls. One of the enemies, or some of the enemies, actually can pick them up, and then you have to try and find them. That's quite savage. Just chip. Oh, how did he get me with that? He's just got such a long range and I have nothing. Oof. Yeah, let's get lost in the trees. No, trees don't matter to you. Okay. Oof. That's it, I'm out. Oh, of course he's going to get me. I'll come back for him. I'm going to run away like a coward. Let's go and kill some enemies that I can actually kill. And get my horse. I need my horse. I need Torrent. Horse/ram. He's got some horns on him. I'll just sneak by. Pick up some row. I think the row fruit you can use... Is it the row fruit you can use to bump up the HP for Torrent? If you're on him and he gets damaged, or there's damage caused to him, you can sort of heal him, I guess, with that. But as I said, I hadn't really touched upon crafting. I will try and do it this time round. Craft some pots, get some recipe books to use. Might as well. It's going to be a long series. Just want to try and be as in-depth as I can be, do the Everjails, find as many of the side quests as I can remember. My memory is not very good, which is why before I've always sort of relied on Wiki and Google, but I want to try and just not rely on any of that and just enjoy the game free flow. You're never going to get back your first game experience, but I'm going to try to be as close to that as possible. Just right in the line of his poison. Oh well. I think it's just the special on this EL2. I don't really know what it's doing. I know I'm not killing. I didn't even take notice of that. I was too busy looking at the tortoise or slash dog. I'm glad I've not got a death counter. I haven't died to gravity yet, but I've just died out of stupidity. Also, these rune fragments, I wasn't ever really sure what they do, unless it is part of the crafting side of Elden Ring, and I've not really touched upon that, but I'll collect them anyway, just in case. I really need to just get to the other Grace and get the horse so that I can not waste time sort of running around. I can cover things easier on Torrent. It's such a massive game. I don't really want to miss anything, but it can be quite tedious just running up and down everywhere. Go and collect my runes. Thank you. Right, just get out of here. There's a soldier there. See if I can do a backstab on him or a crit. Yes. Later on in the game, I'm just not going to be able to do that, but I'll take it. First church here. Get the grace. Through your map, you can instantly travel to any sites of grace that you've discovered. Thankfully, that's such a great thing to be able to do, especially with a map this size. However, there are some dungeons and other areas where this cannot be done. So anything underground, dungeons and catacombs, you can't. Makes sense. Strengthening armaments. At a smithing table, you can spend runes and smithing stones to strengthen your armaments. Somewhere in the lands between, you may meet a blacksmith who can make your armaments even stronger. I will admit, I don't think I've ever used this table in the game.
You're a tarnished. I can see it. But I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something?
Santa.
I'm Carly, purveyor of fine goods.
Out, Carlo.
Nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer.
Oh. Recommendation?
If you can spare the rooms, you should buy yourself a crafting kit. A crafting kit allows you to make basic items on your own. Essential, really, if you intend to survive out here for any duration. The kit costs a bundle, and I admit I do take my cut. But the important thing is that you survive. Every customer counts, after all.
So I will admit, I think the first time round I didn't buy the crafting kit, and then when I got the recipe books and certain ingredients, let's say, for crafting, I couldn't understand why it was greyed out for ages and ages, and I ended up Googling it because I just couldn't figure it out, and it's because I didn't buy the crafting kit to begin with. Silly. And it's 300 rooms, absolute bargain. Telescope, crap pot. He has got some cookbooks, that's what they're called. Chain coif. Okay. No, waypoint runes. Flask of wondrous physique, which I know sort of where that is. Okay. Leave.
Took my warning to heart. You've made an
Yes.
excellent choice.
Well, thank you. If you have a crafting kit, you can make various items from materials that you find. Select item crafting from the main menu to make items. You can learn to craft more items by finding cookbooks. You will need cracked pots or other containers to craft certain items. You will not be able to make more of those items than you have containers. Container items will run out with use, but the containers themselves will remain, thankfully. So he has got some cracked pots. With the item crafting menu, you can make various items from materials that you find. You can learn to craft more items by finding those cookbooks. So at the moment, we've got fire pot. So do we have a... Sorry. Inventory menu. With the inventory menu, you can browse the items you're carrying, drop them on the ground or throw them away. You can also use the tools from the inventory menu. I just wanted to see if we had a crack pot then. Because it's saying we can... We just need the ingredients for that. I'm not sure. Unless we don't. It's just telling us as well as the crack pot. I'm not sure. Bone darts. Huh. Rower raisin. Easily found everywhere and lands between. On horseback. Feeds a torrent to restore HP. That's what I was talking about. So I can do that. Yeah. And raybone stones, but I'll probably admit I'll never think to use them because I'm not that well in planning. So is that what the rune fragments are? Found near the remains of fallen runes. Shines with coloured light when placed, serving as a guide. So that's, I'm assuming that's the fall guide. So you throw them off a cliff to see whether you're going to survive it or not, I think. Righty, let's carry on. Make sure I'm going the... Whoop, I'm not going that way. I'm going this way. Pick up all these types of ingredients. That's the dude I killed. Pretty sure I got that. Oh, here we go. Map menu. With the map menu, you can check your current position and terrain and buildings and surrounding areas. You can also freely place beacons of light to serve as a landmark. Lastly, through your map, you can select any site of grace that you've discovered and travel there instantaneously. However, there are some dungeons in other areas you can't. That's fine. And then I'm going to place a beacon there to get the map. And I did touch that grace. That's good. I just didn't rest it out, which I didn't need to really. Creep, creep, creep. Yes, look at that. 3 of 3. Cool. Creep. I think there's another... Oh, here he is. Just looking out, but not behind him. Stake of America, because this area to begin with is pretty savage. So I'm just going to go and get the grace first before I do anything. I think that's when Melina comes up and gives me torrent, hopefully, and then I can attempt this area, get the map. There's some runes, I think, with a treasure chest as well, and the carriages have some equipment, although I'm not sure I'll use either of the weapons in there. Here we go. She's pretty cool. She's pretty badass. With her one eye.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord. Have you heard of the Finger Maidens? They serve the Two Fingers, offering guidance and aid to the Tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree. Then it's simple.
Absolutely.
Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring. Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect.
Excellent.
When
I
turn
don't
your
know
runes to strength, let my
if I
hand
have any
rest upon
enough,
you. For but a
because we
moment,
did buy that
share
crafting
them
kit.
with me.
No. Okay.
Your thoughts, your
With the level up
ambitions.
menu, you can spend runes to increase your
Principles you
attributes.
would follow.
Still talking. You done? With each attribute increase, your level rises by 1. As your level rises, so does the amount of runes required for your next attribute increase. Don't we know it? And I don't have any. Well, I don't have enough. And that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So I'm going to leave. She's done. And I'm going to, yeah, horseback riding. Use the spectral steed whistle to summon and ride your spectral steed. If your spectral steed dies, you can summon it again, but it will cost you 1 plus crimson tier to do so. You can dismount by the whistle again or by pressing the stick. So from pouch in the main menu, you can equip 6 items to your pouches. Yep. 4 of those items can be used without opening the main menu. Yeah, so usually I put Torrent on there and the ashes, and that's usually about it, really. So can we switch and that? I haven't used it for any other than the summons. Usually I use this menu here for any like throwing knives or the physic and things. So, but anyway, each to their own. Let's see if I can creep on this guy. Yes, loving it. Has that triggered anyone else? No, not yet. Just quickly open this. I mean, that's a great sword to begin with, but it's not... I'll check it in a minute. It's not really the road I'm going down, this sort of pure strength build, but I don't think there's any harm in trying. any types of weapons really. I did use katanas for a very small while, and I understand why people love them, but I like a variety. I like different builds. I like to respec. I can be a bit fickle like that, but that's the fun of the game. There are so many weapons, there's so many choices and builds and ways to do things. I think having a variety, and there might be weapons that I find this time round that I didn't even unlock before. So I think I'd like to concentrate on the faith build, but we'll see how it goes. We'll just, if there's something that we like, we can use it. If we don't like it, we'll use something else. I don't want to aggro more than one enemy at the time, really. Oh, why did I think that something was coming up behind me then? Ah! No, no, no. Okay. Cool. I'll take that. I'll take that hit. That's fine. Okay. I wonder if I can just sneaky. Very sneaky. Probably not. Not from this angle either. Let me just have a look at... Oh, I didn't even get the chest. Silly me. Flail. A lot of people said that the flails weren't very good, but I never tried them, so... so I can't even use it anyway. It needs 18 dex. Lord's Sworn Great Sword is better, and I can... Oh, I can't wield it. Can I wield it? A minute. No. So why hasn't it got the... Oh, it does have the X. Okay. But unable to use this item effectively with present attributes unless wielded with both hands. So I can use both hands and wield it, right? That's the way I'm reading it. What's the... Ooh. Stomp. Okay. Alright, so what I want to do is just spend my runes, because I don't want to get aggro about losing them in this specific area, which is a bit more difficult, sort of at a low level. It is great to come back here when you're sort of leveled up, and I still haven't got enough. But I have got some runes, and you can just basically cane it. Here we go. Vigor, definitely. Get that health up. Okay. So, wonder if I can sneak on through. Basically want to get down into the rune bit and not aggro lots of guards. She says. Oh, it's dead. So loud. Die quietly, please. Trying to be sneaky. Oh, I'm not very good at this jumping malarkey. Fine. Right. Yes. Oh, it stayed up there. God's sake. Oh. Okay. Chill. Has he seen me? Probably. Doing all of that. Jumping around. Yeah. Where are we at now? So we've got one there. is a wolf, I think, around here somewhere as well. Oh, there he is. Oh, man. Oh, he's seen me. He's seen me. At least he's not the dude with the trumpet, letting everybody else know. Oh, my goodness. Okay. They're all coming now. Don't run at me. Oh. Blimey. Right. No. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. There's a wall there. Run away, run away. Nope. Nope. Chill. Don't get the bats involved as well. I mean, leave me be. Right. Stamina is so low. I can't. Just go away. Just go away. No. Don't want to know. I know I had torrent, but all I want is to get down into that. All the other guards sort of, we've got bored and we're like, nah, don't care. Right. Here we go. Adding skills. With a whetstone knife, you can use Ashes of War to grant your armaments new skills at sites of grace. An armament can only have one skill. Any skill it previously had will be removed. An armament's type determines what skills it can have. Some special armaments have unique skills and cannot be granted new ones. Okay, so sort of like colossal swords and things. Adding affinities. With a whetstone knife, you can use Ash of War to grant affinities to your armaments at Site of Grace. This way you can alter an armament's attack affinity boost, attribute scaling, and more. Blimey. An armament's type determines what affinities it can have. Same. Some special armaments, like those of unique skills, can not be granted by new affinities. It's so extensive. Okay, so I think that's because we had two items there and it was trying to explain what both of them do. So we can go back to a Grace and just have a look. I'm surprised he didn't see me straight away then. He's a tanky boy. Don't get greedy. Oh, there's the trumpet dude. No. Let's go. Come on, Torrent. Whoop. I know there's a Grace here. Let's just get that quick. So, is it Ashes of War? Okay. For the Ashes of War menu, you can use Ashes of War to grant skills and affinities to your armaments at sites of grace. An armament can only have one skill. Any skill it previously had will be lost, like it said before. Adding affinity, you can alter an armament's attack, affinity boost, attribute scaling, and more. It's basically what it said when I picked it up. So, Storm Stomp. Attack power 13622 goes to 117 plus 28. So then you can have quality, which then reduces the physical attack slightly, or standard. So I'm just going to go standard because I don't particularly want to reduce the attack power of it. I'm going to see what that's like. And then the whetstone. I don't think I've used whetstones before. Oh, it was there. Can add new battle arts and affinities to weapons. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. So that's a quality whetstone. You can get different, like, bleed, I guess, and fire and... Oh, interesting. Right, so... let's continue this way. We got the two items in the carriages. We're not going to go to Stormhill yet. got a lot to do before going that way. Some exploring, I think. We got a map piece as well. Here we go. Right, so there's a telescope. So we'll go around this way. And that is at the Forlorn. Is that the Bloodhound? I think is the first ever jail, which is not easy at this sort of level. Let's keep going. There's the telescope. What's this? Oh, you there.
Help us out, Cully.
Callie, where are you?
You?
Is this you? Yeah. Looks a bit strange, doesn't it?
What'd you go and do that for?
What? That was a crazy noise. Is that because he's a demi-human? Technically. Let's talk.
Oh, yes. I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok. I was pushed out of the cave. Told not to come back. Not ever.
It's not
And
us.
I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really. Oh, what a shame. When they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned. And so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me.
Mushroom. I like mushrooms.
Well, if you can afford to wait for a while, I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value. Then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon. Right, but I'll need a moment. I'm frightened of them, so I have to gather myself. My knees start knocking. Just thinking
Frightened
about
of his
that
own
god-awful
kind?
cave on the shore.
Poor guy. It's definitely
But I'll
from the
need a
West
moment.
Country with an accent like that.
I'm frightened of them, so I have to gather myself.
Okay.
My knees start knocking.
Just wanted to make sure I exhausted dialogue. Okay, let's carry on. Let's get some runes. Oh, vanquishing enemies. And vanquishing an enemy group will replenish your flask. The number of type of flask to be replenished varies depending on the enemy group. Cannot replenish more flasks than your maximum amount allows. That's good. Very nice. That was a crazy noise. I think this will be an Ash of War. Yeah. Ash of War Determination. I'm not going to try this guy yet. I think it's night time. That's why he's out. Yeah, Knight's Cavalry. But I will definitely try him at some point. Just want to get my levels up a little bit. Give him a chance at least. So he's not going to be following me all the way. Let's just hit. Not that I want to hit the giants, but you have to hit them to stop the carriages. Let's see if I can quickly get up here before anyone tries and gets me. Quick, quick, quick. Great axe. Oof. Yeah, see ya. See if I can find another grace. I feel like I'm just sort of going around this area, but I want to get to a stopping point. I find that sometimes you get loads of graces, or you find loads of graces, and then you seem to carry on for ages trying to find one, and you don't get one. Is that another? Crab eggs. Nice. There we go. Ooh, I don't want to mess with you. Sorry. Gotta find somewhere. Who's having a fight? Oh, I see it. There we go. That will do.